Hey there folks, Matt Leger with Maple Grove Productions. Today I'm showing you how to prepare your bare root trees for transplanting, or rather getting them in the ground. Best time to do that, as far as I know, is in the fall. You can do that in the spring as well, but we're going to do it in the fall so the trees stay in their dormant state and have the best chance possible of taking root and being nice, big, healthy trees. First thing you want to do is obviously open the package very carefully, making sure not to cut the scions inside. They're very delicate. We also have some Korean pines here that come in big clumps of dirt, and they're already inoculated with mycorrhiza, so we're going to be very careful not to puncture that bag. They come in Ziploc bags. Lots of mixed opinions out there in the permaculture community about whether you should soak or rinse your bare root trees or not. So for us, we will soak them just enough to get the wood chips off of the roots, keep them moist, not expose them to the sun or to the wind until they're ready to go in the ground. So again, the first thing you'll want to do is open up your package here, being very careful not to cut any of the branches or the scions, and especially our Korean pine, which is in a Ziploc bag here. While I'm opening this too, I should mention that I've got my bucket of water here ready to go, so that I can take my trees out of the moist wood chips and put them directly into the water, so I'm minimizing on the amount of time they're exposed to air. Sun's not an issue today, but there is a bit of wind, so. Ooh, see? These were right at the surface, and I ended up cutting into the needles a little bit. So that just goes to show how easily you can damage your trees. So the Korean pine looks okay, we got lucky. A couple of the needles got cut, but no big deal. So again, we got 3 fruit trees, and we have 6 nut trees here. For now, we're going to focus on the fruit trees, since that is what this video is about. Hardyfruittrees.ca does an excellent job of their packaging. Okay, so I'll give you a quick look at what the roots look like when you get them, so you have an idea. Whenever you order bare root trees in the mail, this is what they'll look like. So, still pretty moist, a little on the dry side actually. These have been sitting in the warehouse for longer than I would have liked. So we're immediately going to grab our trees and put them in the water, rinse off all of this sawdust. An important thing to note here is that you should not plant your trees with the sawdust still attached. It's very important not to do that. So we'll let this sit for a few minutes, and it allows you to also separate the roots since they're all tangled together. In the meantime, we're going to go start digging our holes, but this is essentially all you have to do when you get your bare root trees in the mail. You can leave them soaked like this for up to 24 hours. I wouldn't recommend it. We actually let ours go longer than that last time because we ran out of daylight and we had no other choice, but my personal recommendation is to leave them in here no longer than an hour or 2. Ideally, you want to take them out of the package and put them straight in the ground with a quick rinse in between, and that's it. But just know that if you get stuck, you can leave them like this in the water, or you can actually cover them up with dirt. One last thing I'll mention also is make sure that every single one of those little roots is covered in water. If you have to add more water, do that. The first time we did this, we had some roots sticking out, and they kind of dried out a little bit, so I had to fill it up with water. And you can check out my Working with Hugelkultur Part 3. I talk about that a little bit. So that's pretty much it for preparing your bare root trees. After this, you're obviously going to start digging your hole. You can add some bone meal. You can also add a mycorrhiza solution or powder if you have that, which will create a fungal symbiosis with the roots and the fungus that will help to draw nutrients towards the roots and ultimately help your trees to take hold and grow nice and strong. But that's pretty much it. It's that simple. The most important thing is to get those wood chips off the roots before you plant it in the ground. So thanks for tuning in. Look forward to our other videos on best practices around planting fruit trees and nut trees and Korean pines, which we'll probably do next. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.